Hello traders, welcome back to my channel once again. Today this is CN on the screen. You're watching CN Great Cancels and Forex Trade. And in today's video, I'm just going to be showing you how I identify trend reversal in just few minutes, right? It's not hard to do. All you need to do is, if you are new on this channel, kindly hit that subscribe button, turn your notification on so that whenever I upload a new video, you get notified. So basically, we are starting off by choosing our pair and then starting from higher time frame, and we'll be switching to lower time frame to a lower time frame and even a much lower time frame to see what is playing out. So you choose your time frame and your pair. This is volatility 10, and then we zoom out completely. After zooming out, we identify the structure of the market right prior to where we met price, right? We zoom out completely this way. After identifying the structure of the market, we start plotting our trend line from where price is coming from and from the most recent move or behavior of the market, right? After plotting the trend line this way, right, we will now zoom in, okay, to make the necessary adjustment if need be. Okay, we make the necessary adjustment by zoom in to look at what we plotted, right? We zoomed out because we wanted to get clearer picture of the market. Okay, now we make the necessary adjustment like I said, and after that we will look out for certain classic pattern or candlestick pattern. Okay, now look at this place. Now I saw what looks like a engulfing candle and of course morning star, right? And around that place also I can see what may likely look like a reversal classic pattern, double bottom. So we're going to map it out before we head over to lower time frame to see what actually played out, because whatever the higher time frame is giving us, right, is dictating to the lower time frame to play it out. So let's move to 1 hour time frame now, which is a lower time frame. Just like I said, look at it. This is an obvious double bottom and of course a W pattern if you choose to call it so, right? As you can see, that's why we mapped it out. So the candlestick pattern, the morning star that played out on higher time frame, and of course what does not look obviously like a double bottom is now playing out on lower time frame like a double bottom. So we discovered that prior to this point, price has been making series of lower lows and lower highs, okay, until it got to that point. And then after that classic pattern, it looks like there is a change of character where that place structure was broken, right? And of course not really broken, but it created an equal high. Okay, after that price started pushing up. Okay, now this was where he created that structure, and this looks like the neckline. Okay, and then after that the neckline was broken at this point. Okay, and after the broken of the neckline, there is a change of character obviously, and as you can see, price started making what looks like a new movement of series of higher highs and higher lows. So what we're going to do is that we're going to plot a trend line, okay, in the direction of the new movement now. So at this point we can still call it a potential price reversal, okay, or even though we have identified break of structure. So we are going to trail trend line to the downside of this new movement, right? And of course let's draw a twin trend line to make it a channel, okay, because we're still going to switch to lower time frame to see what is playing out there as well. Okay, we've identified that this is a potential price reversal. Now I'm looking at drawing it, extend it to the original long-term trend line we drew from higher time frame. Okay, and then let's switch to lower time frame. Okay, but what you should know is that whatsoever pattern that we playing out on lower time frame now will be in continuation of the dictation of the higher time frame. Okay, and that's exactly what we can see here now. Now after the break of that neckline, the neckline of the double bottom we saw, I mean, you see what is playing out here now. This is also what looks like double bottom in the direction of the new movement. Okay, you see now, this is it, this is it, the neckline, and you see how it's playing out as well. This is 15 minutes time frame. Okay, now at this point you can be looking out for buying opportunity because it's playing out what the higher time frame is dictating, as you can see right here. Okay, Now you see price is making series of higher highs and higher lows here now, okay, and then forming classic patterns that is in continuation, is signaling price continuation, bullish continuation, okay, which is as a result of what is happening now. You can draw something like this to confirm that this is actually a double bottom, okay, extending the trend line to the downside, and of course the second leg of that particular classic pattern, and then move to even lower time frame like 5 minutes time frame to see how it's playing. Now you see that the double bottom is very obvious here, okay, and you see we have extended that trend line connecting in the direction of the movement of price, and you see when it is broken, price pushed up. Even the neckline of this particular double bottom now is broken already, okay. Let's move to lower time frame and see that it's even a big market. Now you can be looking out for buying opportunity, and also looking out for classic patterns that will signal that there's gonna be a sustained bullish continuation, and that's what we are seeing here right now. Now if we go to even the higher time frame that we started, we'll discover something. I'm going to tell you the reason why we placed our trend line above price, the original long-term trend line, okay. We actually placed it for a reason, but let's get to 1 hour time frame first, and then see what is playing out as well. Now we placed it because when you're looking out for bullish reversal, okay, your trend line has to be above price, so that if price breaks that trend line above it, we will begin to reanalyze and begin to identify that the original structure of lower lows and lower highs have been bastardized, and then we'll look out for a reversal, a potential reversal, and that's what is playing out here, okay. But if you're looking for a bearish reversal, the reverse of what I just said is the case, and that's why we placed it. And you see when price broke it, it started giving us this new bullish sentiment, okay. Now price may still come down to retest the long-term overall trend line that we picked, okay. It may still come back to retest it, and I'm going to take note of it to show you how it played out, right?
So a few moments later.
All right guys, so you see what is playing out here right now. I told you that price may eventually come back to retest this overall long-term trend line that we plotted, and you see price actually broke out from this range now, okay. Now after making a bullish move from the lower identification we made on lower time frame, price descended to make a nice retest on this overall trend line. But then something is notable here, okay, as you can see, even creating a new low. Now this new low is obviously higher than the most recent low he created before the change of character, okay. Now this was the low he created, okay, which of course was the second bottom of the double bottom that led to this potential reversal. Now this low that he created after the retest is obviously higher than this, which is a complete confirmation of change of character, and it's obvious as you can see, okay. Now usually when there is a price reversal, right, price in most cases comes back to make a nice retest, and that's exactly what we're seeing here now. If anyone was able to identify this particular move, this particular retest, this is the time the person would have gone so hard on the market, because it is a confirmed, is a successful retest. As you can see, this is 1 hour time frame, and the price has been on a strong bullish move for how many hours now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th hour, right? Now price may eventually react again when it gets to this particular level. This particular trend line is going to act as a resistance to it. Remember, when price came back to retest this long-term trend line, the trend line became what? The diagonal trend line became a support to it, and that's why it bounced off. And after that, you can see what looks like of course this is also a kind of morning star, this 1, 2, 3, and of course the middle candle looks like a kind of doji, then this one pin bar, but overall these three candlesticks looks more like morning star, all signaling that there's gonna be a push upward, and you can see how it's playing out, right? So this is just basically how it is. We may likely look at some other pairs again, maybe one other pair, maybe volatility 25 or thereabout. Okay, but before we do that, let me quickly tell you, maybe we should take a quick recap of what we've just said. But before the recap, right, what we are looking out for is that in a bearish movement, if you are looking out for a bullish, when you are in a bearish cycle, just as this pair has been on a bearish cycle from here down, okay, if you go to a higher time frame where we started, right, this is obviously a bearish cycle, right? It's obviously a bearish cycle where price is making series of lower highs, and of course lower low. So if you are looking for a bullish reversal, right, you should look out for classic patterns such as double bottom, inverted head and shoulder, right? Then some strong demand zones, some valid bullish order blocks, and of course fair value gap. Okay, you're looking at undirected fair value gap that price need to push up to fill, right? And then you'll be looking out for candlesticks like okay, Morningstar, bullish engulfing, pin bar, and some other bullish reversal candlestick patterns. But if you are on a buying cycle and you are looking out for to identifying a bearish reversal, right? Okay, what you'll be looking out for is most notably double top, head and shoulder pattern, and of course these are the key classic patterns you'll be looking at, identifying. And also you'll be looking at strong supply zone, strong bearish order block, and overrated fair value gap, okay, that price needs to descend to fill, right? And then the candlestick patterns you should be looking out for is bearish engulfing, of course, and then evening star, bearish pin bar, and some other important bearish reversal candlestick pattern. So let's just switch over to volatility 25 to see if we can make similar identification before we say goodbye for today, right? So let's go to volatility 25. Let me load it up, and of course usually, okay, let's just say this is of 24 hours, that is a daily time frame. And then you see that from here price has been on a bullish move, okay, as you can see, it's obvious, right? Now on the other hand, you can as well make your identification. Of course, it's the identified way that price is on a bullish move, right? But let's just say we want to pick from here. Okay, want to pick from here. Okay, the most recent move of price. So we want to pick from here now. Okay, we have seen our obvious touches, right? Just here. Okay, and then we want to now zoom in. To make some adjustment if need be, right? But then I think we are good to go. Then we move to 4 hours time frame. Now there is something I need to show you, okay, before we start talking on 4 hours time frame. Now whether you like it or not, this is whether you believe it or not, this is actually a kind of M pattern, right? This is a kind of M pattern, right, as you can see, which of course not really a double top, but you can call it M pattern, right? Remember that you don't always see the ideal situation in the market, but your ability to identify what it is and what would likely play out, that's what makes the difference as a trader, right? So whether you believe it or not, this is what it looks like, and price has been on a bullish move, okay, to this point. You don't even need anybody to tell you that there's a price reversal here. Now if you were able to pick something like this, draw this trend line, remember that I say that if you are on a buying cycle, right, and you want to identify price reversal, your trend line, having identified the structure of the market, your trend line has to be below price, so that if price breaks it downward, you know that this structure of higher highs and higher lows has been bastardized. Okay, and then the reverse is the case for when you are on a bearish cycle. When our bearish cycle, price has to be below your trend line. In other words, your trend line has to be above price, so that if price breaks the trend line moving upwards, you discover that there's a potential price reversal, and then you make your further analysis on lower time frame to look out for trade opportunities. And what we can see here now is that price has been on a bullish move, and then we connected our trend line, so that our trend line is below price, and we are looking at price breaking it, even without looking out for some other break of structures and all that. You see now that price has broken this trend line here now, and having seen that this is what looks like an M pattern, which of course signal price reversal, okay, bearish reversal. And aside that, if you look at this place very well, you're going to be seeing let me clear this off. You're going to be seeing what obviously looks like sorry, I beg your pardon. Okay, so if you look, you're going to be seeing something. Okay, this is what I call evening star. Now, even if you don't identify the whole of these three candlesticks as evening star, right, you can see this is a pin bar. Now if you go to the left, maybe down, you discover that this is also a strong supply zone, right, a verified supply zone. Okay, now just like the case of the volatility time we actually looked at before. Okay, now maybe I should quickly show you, let me show you the volatility 10 that we looked at before. Volatility 10, right, the volatility 10, you discover that this became a kind of demand zone, and of course you also have a kind of a bullish order block. Okay, this was a bullish order block that led to this push up, right? That is for the volatility 10, right? And back to our volatility 25, like I was saying, this place, okay, this place looks more like these three candlesticks looks more like evening star. And of course, I said, even if you don't want to identify it as such, this is a pin bar, and then you have this moving down until you have this trend line broken. And of course, remember we said this is an M pattern already. Okay, now we'll switch to lower time frame to see what played out actually. Now you discover that after that this trend line was broken. You don't need to ask anybody to know if there's a break of structure. You see there's an obvious break of structure and change of character here, right? Price has been making series of higher highs and lower lows. I mean higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. But as soon as the candlestick patterns played out, the morning star, okay, I mean the evening star, price started descending, and of course the most recent low made here was taken out by this. Okay, this low became lower than this low, right? And of course this high became lower than this, and they started descending and creating series of lower lows and lower highs. Now when this trend line was eventually broken, price made a nice retest. Okay, this retest was successful and started pushing down completely. Now there is something I want to point out. Now whenever this happens, every pattern that you will be seeing in lower time frame, they are going to be continuation pattern until maybe in the long run price hits a key level or reached a particular formation that will now push a reversal, right, that facilitate a reversal. I'm going to prove what I'm telling you now. Now you discover that if we move to lower time frame, you're going to be seeing different candlestick patterns that will signal continuation, including M pattern, double top, bearish flag, okay, that will signal that price is going to continue bearish movement. Now for bullish movement, the opposite will be the case. You're going to be seeing some bullish continuation pattern like bullish flag and all that. So let's just look at it. Okay, this is 1 hour time frame now. You see now. Okay, now having identified that price is on a clear downward movement, you see we had a double top here, we had a double top here, we had a double top here. Okay, now this kind of double top can hardly fail, because price has a bearish momentum already. Right now you see what later happened. Then this is another one, you see what later happened. Okay, now all you are going to be looking out for is bearish momentum, and of course you are going to be looking out for sales opportunity. Now the reverse of what I'm saying now is the case for bullish cycle. So this is just very simple and obvious, very easy to identify, right? And then before we say goodbye, let's take a quick review of what we just said. Okay, quick summary of what we just said. We said that, okay, to identify potential price reversal or price reversal, if you choose to call it so, number one, you have to choose your pair and then start your identification and analysis from a higher time frame. Number two, you have to identify the structure of the market, and that will help you to identify the swings of the market, right? And then you plot your trend line. So if you are looking for bearish reversal, right, that is if price has been on a prior bullish momentum and you're looking out for bearish reversal, your trend line has to be below price, so that if price breaks that trend line down, you begin to look out for or expect a potential price reversal to the bearish side. But if price has been on a prior bearish momentum, bearish cycle, that is selling cycle, then your trend line has to be above price, so that if price breaks the trend line moving up, you will begin to identify that there's a potential change of trend, right? And aside that, okay, I said that you should identify any notable classic or candlestick patterns. And for bearish reversal, if you are looking out for price to reverse to the bearish side, okay, after making a bullish move, okay, for that you are looking out for classic patterns like double top, okay, head and shoulder patterns. And I said you're also looking out for strong supply zone. You're looking out for valid bearish order block, and you are also looking out for overrated fair value gap that price needs to fill. Okay, and the candlestick patterns you are looking out for in such cycle includes evening star, bearish engulfing, bearish pin bar, and some other reversal candlestick pattern. But then if price has been on a bearish move and we are looking out for a bullish reversal, I say that your trend line has to be above price. And the classic patterns you are looking out for includes notably double bottom, okay, inverted head and shoulder, and then you are looking out for strong demand zone, valid bullish order block, and an underrated fair value gap that price need to push up to fill. And the candlestick patterns you are looking out for includes morning star, bullish engulfing, bullish pin bar, and some other valid reversal candlestick pattern. And after that, you switch to lower time frame, okay, to see how price is playing out what you have identified on higher time frame. Switch to lower time frame to know how it's playing out, okay, and then switch to even lower time frame to look out for trade opportunities according to what is playing out and of course in the direction of what is playing out. So with that, I'm gonna say many thanks for watching this video to this very end today, and I hope you've learned something. Please don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section below. Tell me that this video has given you value, and if it has given you value, don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up, share with others, and then leave a positive comment. Okay, now meanwhile, I want to let you know that we have officially launched our Telegram channel. Okay, according to your demand, you've requested for it for so long, and we have launched it. We've been giving signals, okay, trade signals, free of charge, and it's going to be free in the meantime until otherwise. And people are making money, and we have win rates of over 90%, right? Our signals are top notch, and we don't just give signals, okay? We give signals and we give educational values. We tell you, we don't just tell you sell or buy, we give you reasons, and then we try to like learn together, grow together, and make the money together. So if you check the description box of this video, you're going to see the link to that Telegram channel, and also I'll pin it in the comment section so that you join. Okay, what are you waiting for? Join and make free money while it lasts, right? And many thanks for watching this video to this end, and I'll be talking to you in my next video. This is CN Great Council signing out for today. Bye.